shooting the 33-inch Mathews Levitate for a while now. I've been shooting it indoors and getting kind of ready and prepared to shoot outdoors. A few things that kind of came up on it that if that I don't know that if I like them, but I want other people to be aware of them before you buy one or commit to one, or maybe you hadn't shot your tournament arrows with them yet if you're going to shoot tournament. I bought the 33 here because I do think it is a good hybrid bow that could shoot 3D or, hunting. If my Levitate gets a string cut on it again, I'm just going to be able to make a few adjustments, put my new arrows on it, and be ready to shoot this one and be able to hunt that weekend and not be having to wait on strings to come in and ship and all that stuff. So that's why I went with the Lift, and it's a great bow. My indoor scores have been way higher than they used to be, so I love that. It's great, accurate, hold steady, good bow. Some issues, again, the draw cycle, I've talked about that in another video, and I've seen other people complaining about that. But one other thing that I wanted to talk about that's not, that I have not seen anyone else complain about, that I wanted to point out and see if anyone else has had this issue, and if you have, tell me how you dealt with it. All right, so I spun her around here. Anyone else that might have dealt with this issue is look how close the cable guard is to where the fletchings of the arrows. Now that's 13/16 away from the frame, or the riser, I should say. So I mean, it's centered like it should be. We're shooting bullet holes through paper. I've got my cams shimmed over as best I can using the top hat system. So, I mean, I've done everything that I think I know to do. I think this is just the way they're made. Now, this is a hunting arrow. This is a 4mm hunting arrow, and you can see even with the hunting arrow and my rest up, pretty close to that. I don't know that I would sweat this a whole lot from a hunting arrow, but what I'm having to do when you put a bigger arrow on, so let's go to my, run over here and grab these. So these are VTAC 27s with a 2.75 tack driver vane on there. So when you go with these on here, it is very close, especially when you have vanes on. So for a while, I was shooting it like you normally would, with your indicator vane up, and on these arrows I'm using red as my indicator vane. So with these vanes up, I was getting some contact with my vane on the cable guard right here when it would come through. So I was getting a really weird tear. It was be like a hard left tear and then sometimes a hard right tear, and it just depended because I was hitting on that cable guard as it would launch. And I don't want to go out anymore because I think I am lined up relatively good with my cams and my string and my riser. It's just weird that this is so close to your arrows. And with these fat arrows, target arrows, you're gonna run into that apparently. So what I've had to do is do my indicator vane out, like that. And so now I'm getting the clearance I need from the cable guard here, getting plenty of clearance here, and then my indicators on the outside. So I don't know why they made it that way. I don't know why it's so tight. I don't know that all Mathews are that way. Looking at a couple others, PSEs, you can see I don't have a drop away on this one. I'm fixing to sell this one, but you can see where the burger hole is. You can see how the cable guard is up here above it. So you're actually all down here. So no worries there. Same thing on the Levitate. You can see the cable guard's up here. So if an arrow's in here, we're not gonna contact these up here kind of up and back compared to the Mathews. So flip this around. That's one complaint I've got with the Mathews. Now again, I can't do a 4-fletch. I really wanted to do a blade launcher where I didn't have a drop away. I just wanted the blade. I don't think I can do the blade and have 3-fletch, especially with the cock vane out. I don't think I can make the launcher work on that system. Even going to some smaller vanes, I still think I'm gonna have contact over there. Let's put one on and take a look. All right, so this is a gold tip cutter 25 with the indicator vane up. You can still see we're gonna be really close on that. Any hand torque at all, we're just a couple millimeters away from getting contact with this vein down here. So, I mean, maybe a 23 is the sweet spot. These are heat veins, Blazer heat veins. If I was using, this is an arrow that somebody gave to me for my kids to try. It doesn't even have a knock on or a tip in it. So I don't know that I would use these, but if I was using like a tack, I might use a smaller, like a 2-inch, and try to do a 4-fletch, maybe get a little less, you know, height here on this. I think I wish this was movable and it was maybe pushed back a little more. To me, that's just a kind of a bad design on their part. Now, maybe that's why it shoots so great. I don't know, but and just a heads up, if you're going to shoot 27s or 25s out of a Mathews Lift 33, and I'm assuming a Mathews Lift 29.5, you're going to have issues with contact here. If you've had this issue, you've solved it, you know how to fix it, you don't have any problems. I really wanted to run a 4-fletch. Let me know what you're doing to solve that issue. Appreciate it. Like, subscribe, stick around. Got some cool stuff coming.